Are you a new mom and you know that you're gonna need to pump because you would like to breastfeed and you have no idea where to start? If so, this video is for you. In this video, I am going to be covering my top 5 things that I feel that new moms absolutely have to have in order to be successful at pumping. If you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Jenny. I am a teacher, a mom, a doctoral student, and also expecting baby number 2 in July. I also exclusively pumped for my last daughter, Alice, because she was a NICU grad, so I'll put a link up here to her birth story. But I wound up having to pump without having much knowledge about pumping because I fully intended on breastfeeding. So I really wanted to cover for new moms what you really need, what you actually need in terms of being successful pumping. And this is included whether you're going to exclusively pump or if you're planning on pumping when you're away from home at work. Item number 1 that is a necessity is, of course, a pump. So usually your insurance will cover pumps. There's 2 different websites I have used myself, and that is Aeroflow breast pumps. That's where I got my Spectra for my first pregnancy. And then I used Edgepark breast pumps to get the Freemie for my second pregnancy. The pumps were completely free. It didn't cost me anything because my insurance covered it. So make sure you put in your insurance information if you're gonna do that. But you will need a pump, obviously. I highly recommend both of these pumps. They're great. I used the Spectra for my first pregnancy a lot, and there's lots of different pumps out there. To be honest, the pump itself, they are very different, and every mom responds to them differently. So I don't want to tell you a specific brand that I feel is the best, although having a NICU baby, I'll tell you at the end the pump that I really prefer the most, and I probably am going to rent again this time. But these are 2 great pumps. The first thing you absolutely need is a pump, and usually a bag that will hold your pump as well so you can transport it if you're not staying home to pump. So let me tell you a little bit about the difference between these 2 pumps as well, in case you were curious. The Spectra, which a lot of people recommended, it is a great pump, and I actually like that it has a light too. The Spectra, the pink Spectra, that's this color right here, this one has to be plugged into a wall. What people have found though is you actually can get a battery pack and hook it up where that you can use a battery pack with this. So like an external battery pack will work with this Spectra. However, Spectra has a blue pump that's exclusively battery powered. I find that the blue Spectra is a little bit weaker than the pink Spectra, so I still kind of prefer the pink Spectra, to be honest. But this is a great pump. It will do you really well, and I definitely recommend Spectra as a pump option if it's something that's covered by your insurance. The other pump I have here is the Freemie Independence, and I'm going to talk about why I picked it for this pregnancy in a little bit, because I'm going to tell you something that's in here that I really feel is necessary for being successful at pumping. Item number 2 that I feel is very, very important for pumping, and it's a little bit tricky to master, is flanges that fit. So these are flanges for the Spectra. These are actually not Spectra specific flanges though, because what you'll realize is that as your pregnancy continues and as you deliver your baby and as you pump, the size of your nipples will not necessarily be the size of the flanges that they send you. So what you're gonna wanna do is, I'll put a graphic right here of what your flange fit should be, but Legendairy Milk has basically a card that you can use, a silicone card that will allow you to measure nipple size, so you can make sure you get flanges that fit. The reason that you want flanges that fit is because if it is too small, then you're going to have chafing along here and it really hurts. If it's too big, it's gonna suck your areola into the flange, and that also really hurts, and they don't empty you as well. So then you wind up with clogs and all sorts of other problems. So I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to have flanges that fit. Don't expect just because out of the box they give you 24 millimeter that that's your size. The next absolute must-have item for pumping is a pumping bra. Now, this is different from a nursing bra. A nursing bra has snaps where baby can access your boobs. A pumping bra has a space where the pumping flanges will fit through. So for example, this is a Cake Maternity pumping bra, and I really like this one. It's a little tight though, it's a sports bra, but I like that it kind of looks normal. And this one actually has, if you look right here, it has a cutout hole for where the flanges will stick through. So you can actually stick the flange through the bra and pump hands-free. It is so important that you have a way to pump hands-free, because you do not want to be in a situation where you can't do something else while you're pumping. When I was in the hospital and I was pumping in the hospital, I did not have a pumping bra with me, and it was a nightmare to have to hold flanges on my boobs for 15 minutes every 3 hours. Another option that's my personal favorite because it's one that I felt I could wear all the time, it is a little bulky, is the Kindred Bravely Sublime Nursing Bra. So this is that one. This is a large. I love this bra because not only is it a bra that has some cushions in it, you can take the cushions out, by the way, but you can unsnap it for pumping. Let me unsnap it for pumping. So it has little holes for flanges here for pumping. And then you actually can unsnap it again for nursing. So this one actually, you can unsnap again for nursing. So if you're doing both, if you're pumping and nursing, this is a great bra for that. Kindred Bravely is an excellent bra. However, there's plenty of other nursing / pumping bras, but make sure again that you're looking for a pumping bra specifically. But there's a lot of other ones that are on Amazon. Auden, which is a Target brand, is excellent. They have great bras. My next item on your must-have list is actually some sort of storage bags for your breast milk. So I have here a bag here of a variety of different kinds of storage bags that I have used, and they all have their different uses. So this is the Kind Twist bags. The Kind Twist bags, I'll tell you what I like about them and also what I gripe about them. The Kind Twist bags I like because you can actually fit it directly onto the flanges if you're using a Spectra. So there's an adapter that comes with it. So you can actually hook the adapter on here and then screw it straight in here and you can pump straight into the bag. What I don't like about the Kind bags though is the fact that not only do they not store flat because they have a cap like this, but also the measurements are not correct on here. Even if you open the bottom, it's still a little off. So that's my only gripe. However, I will say if you are on the go and you need to pump and you don't have time to clean up a whole bunch of stuff, these are great. So I would definitely use these for pumping on the go or pumping at work, for example. You can always transfer the milk that's in here to some other container that works better for you. So I do like the Kind ones. Another brand is Nanabebe. They have these little storage bags just like this. This one is more accurate to the actual milliliters or ounces that are in here, but one thing I'm not a huge fan of with these is that it's a strange shape. So if you are exclusively pumping and you're trying to store a lot of milk, this size does not fit super nicely with other things. My favorite milk storage bags are actually Lancino bags. Lancino bags come in pretty much every baby registry box that you get, and they actually tend to be the best ones as far as no leaks go. Now every bag is going to have a bad batch here and there, and I've also heard that there's some other brands that do really well too, but those bags, they basically will lie flat. I can lie them flat and freeze them and then store a whole bunch and have space in my freezer. So I do really like those Lancino bags, and I highly recommend the Lancino bags. But I wanted to show you two different options as well if you're not needing to store quite as much breast milk. The last thing that I wanted to mention, and I personally feel like this is something that I really had to have to be successful at pumping, is some sort of way to hands-free pump. Now, this is not a requirement and you don't need this, and technically speaking, with a pumping bra and flanges, you are pumping hands-free, but you still have the bottles that are sticking out from your boobs, and that's not always ideal. So, I told you I was going to come back to this Freemie Independence. I got the Freemie Independence because it comes with cups that you literally can stick in your bra, and then all you have coming out of your bra are tubes. And the other cool thing is that the Freemie cups you can use with the Spectra. Here's an example of one of the Freemie cups once it is out of here. I like the Freemie cups because it can store up to 8 ounces of breast milk, so if you are an oversupplier, you can actually get quite a bit of milk in here. So you line up the arrow with the hole at the top. If you are using the Spectra, you have tubing, and you can literally put the tubing in the top of this tiny little hole here, and then you just stick this whole thing in your bra. Now you do kind of look like Dolly Parton for a little bit, but all that people can see are tubes going into your bra while you are pumping. I love having some sort of hands-free cups. Now, there are several different kinds of cups. Freemie is not the only one that makes them. You can order some Spectra proprietary cups from eBay and also from a Korean website. And then also Legendairy milk, I'm definitely gonna try those out. Legendairy milk has some silicone cups and they're supposed to be more comfortable. I'm just waiting on the size. They're supposed to be releasing my size soon, so I'm hoping that they really do. So this is another option, but I personally feel if you are planning on pumping for any length of time, having a hands-free option like the Freemie cups is just absolutely critical. If you didn't want to go the Freemie route, these Freemie cups are probably about $75 just for the cups, just the cups, not the pump. It's about $75 for the cups. So you could get the Spectra and then get the Freemie cups and use the Freemie cups with the Spectra. Another option for hands-free, but they're obviously more expensive, is the Evie and the Willow. I have personally used the Willow 3.0 and it is excellent. I highly recommend it. However, I will say that the capacity, the milk capacity that it has, is a lot lower than the Freemie cups. So if you wind up being an oversupplier and you're pumping more than 4 or 5 ounces at a time, it can be more of a pain to use the Willow because it just does not have as much capacity for milk storage. So those are my 5 pumping essentials for new moms, and I hope that you got some good information out of this. I'm happy to answer questions down in the comments. Like I said, I pumped for a year. I got my daughter to year exclusively on breast milk, and since she was a NICU grad, she never really got great at breastfeeding directly, so I did a lot of pumping. And I'm gonna have some future pumping videos as well that will tell you a little bit more about my personal favorite pumps. But I told you I would tell you at the end my personal favorite pump, and that is actually the Medela Symphony. Medela Symphony was what I rented from the hospital, and I actually kept renting it when I left the hospital because it just did the best job and being a comfortable pump. So that's important too. But I did tell you, and I wanted to tell you my personal favorite pump, but that one you will probably have to pay out of pocket for a rental. It's not really a pump that you buy. If you have any further questions, feel free to ask me in the comments down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you are going to be a new mom soon or a new dad soon and you need some information. And I will see you next time. Take care.